welcome to the Virtual Grimmer. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Timeless Tuesday. I believe this is 9, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it is 9. Today we are going to be using a cream. I'm going to take a step away from the sticks, we'll go back to those later on in the series. I'm using Speick from Germany. Bit of history about Speick, founded in 1928 in Stuttgart in Germany. Founded by a gentleman called Walter Rau. He has soap making as a family tradition, so he wanted to continue the family tradition of soap making naturally. Something that sets this product apart, or at least makes it unique, is it relies on the, not so much relies, but it has qualities of the medicinal purpose of the Speick plant, which is its namesake. Let's talk about the ethos of the company then. So I did a bit of research into who they are as a company and kind of what they stand for. The way I would kind of describe it is Speick is a very progressive company. And what do I mean by progressive? Well, they care very much about the environment. They care very much about waste. They care about having sustainable ingredients. They are the sort of company that I would personally buy things from. I'm not sure about you, I can't speak for everyone else, but that does appeal to me quite a lot. Speick is of decent value, I would say. I bought this for $6.50 and now there's 2.5 fluid ounces in here. However, in Europe, I saw it for as low as €2.50 to $4.50, which is very, very affordable for 2.5 ounces. The packaging is, so you're immediately sent in this box, like this cardboard box, which is recyclable, it being cardboard. I'm not sure about this, but I'm not sure about the tube itself. I think the tube is actually a metal tube, so it is recyclable. The packaging is decent for what you pay. It's a pretty sturdy cardboard box. Like, I don't see it bending or breaking particularly easily. The thing I like about this form factor is it's quite small, and this easily fits in something like a dot kit or something like that. If you don't want to go the shave stick route, a cream is definitely feasible. The scent of Speick. Now, the scent is supposed to be medicinal and calming, and I would agree with that. I get quite a lot of lavender up front, and there's like this clear herbaceousness. It's actually quite nice. I do like that sort of scent. Ingredients. Now, the two things that sets this apart for me, I believe this is vegetal, this isn't vegan, because it contains natural beeswax, which is a very interesting ingredient. Also contains lavender oil and the Speick plant, which is the namesake of the company. The big part of this for me is something they pose on their website, free from colors, preservatives, mineral oils, gluten and lactose free. I'm not particularly bothered about the gluten and lactose free, but there's no preservatives in this. And looking at the ingredients here, there aren't any like known preservatives in here. They might have something to preserve it, but I'm not particularly sure. It's very interesting. As far as the company goes, they do a lot of things that I like. You know, sustainability, they care about the environment, etc. Cool, I'm really happy to be using this. So we're gonna be using that cream today. Our brush of choice is gonna be my Ever Ready, from Heritage brushes. I really like this thing actually. This is a very good brush. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And our razor is going to be the Karve Shaving Co. Christopher Bradley in titanium with an SBB plate. It's the only plate I have, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're going to shake a good amount of water from this brush, because I don't like lathering creams with too much water in the brush. It doesn't work too well. We're then going to open the tube here, and we're just going to put a bit on the top of the brush here. That should suffice. As you can see there, very easy application. It came out very easy. When I expected to have to squeeze it a little bit more, so there is that. My perception of creams. I've tried quite a few creams, and I'll be completely honest with you, none of them have particularly impressed me too much. I've tried Todd's, I've tried a lot of the other popular creams as well. Castlefords. Where they do what they're supposed to do, the performance of creams never quite compares to soap for me. And it's mainly slickness and residual slickness. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Speick performs. So let's get to lathering here. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to paint this on here. Here's the thing I love about these soaps, or in this case creams, they just work, man. There's no bullshit. They just work effortlessly, and I love it. There's very little learning curve. Here we go. Just build it on like a decent base layer. This is a very medicinal scent. If you're not a fan of that, I would suggest you stay away. I actually quite like the scent of it. It's supposed to be calming, and it actually does a decent job at that. Just put some water in with the nerdy squirt bottle. Like most creams, it lathers very easily. Keep adding some water here. This brush is a really nice amount of scrub with very, very little scratch. So it's interesting because, as I said, like I never thought particularly highly of creams in terms of just general performance. And maybe it's the case that I've not tried great creams. The best cream I've used is from an artisan, which is Ariane & Evans face spackle. It seems to be lathering out really well. It's definitely a strong point of like the cream format. For me, it lathers very easily. The scent is quite prominent on this. I give about a 5 or a 6, and the fact that it's like a medicinal scent, it does stand out a bit more for me. So, yeah, there is that. Plenty of water this takes. Plenty of water. And we're still nowhere near done. Very nice. It's creating a nice lather. But again, like I've said so many times in this series already, I expect that. If there's anything that the products, the mass-produced products need to do, they just need to work. They need to create a lather and they need to be slick. And thus far, I've not been let down with those requirements. Just wait till I get some Williams. So it's still a wee bit dry at the moment, so I'm gonna just add a little bit of water. We're gonna paint a bit of water in. Here we go. And then we'll get to shaving. It lathers very easily. It whipped up very easily as well. Like that's an important quality for me. Like if you're gonna make a soap that's mass produced, you're not making something specifically for the hobbyist community. You're making it for people just taking a chance on it. And I want to try this shaving cream, you know? And with that being said, or with that in mind rather, it's important to have something that's simple to use, because if it's difficult to dial in, they want to appeal to as many people as possible with products like this. If it's difficult to dial in, they're doing a bad job of it, because there are some people that just don't want that fuss. You know, they just want it to work. They want to get a shave done in 5 minutes. And you're not going to do that with a soap that's really difficult to dial in. So this is easy to use. I definitely give them that. And produces a nice lather. Very nice. think we're good here. We'll paint it a little bit more in, because we can. And I think it will actually take it fine. Very nice. Very nice. That's a good lather, if I don't say so myself, guys. Like, it's a decent one, for sure. Again, these products just work, and that is what you should expect out of them. There are some of them that have remarkable performance, but there are some of them that are good. They definitely get the job done, and ultimately, that is what they're supposed to do. Is they're supposed to be good enough to get the job done. And quite often they're not. They're decent value as well. So that's also important to remember. High value, easy to use. This is one of the nicer lathering creams I've used, I have to say. Get to shaving, shall we? Very well hydrated. Zero problems with performance. None. This is a good cream. So here's a good question. I'm going to ask you guys something now. What creams do you like? What are your favourite creams? I'm trying to get a hold of all of the old English brands. Trumpers, Tobbs, Dior Harris. My issue, really, is they're so expensive. Not so much Tobbs, but the other two are. And I'm just not going to use it very often. Residual slickness is good, not incredible. But again, like, I don't expect that from products like this. Unless it's Arco, which was ridiculous in terms of the performance. The scent was vile, but the performance was excellent. Okay, that's the first pass done. As far as performance goes, it's decent. I actually don't think it's as good as any of the shave sticks I used. Its latherability was good, because it's easy to lather for sure. But I don't think the performance is quite as good as the shave sticks. And I would still say I prefer the scent of La Toja and Palmolive. Just looking at it as like a travel option, you know? I'll confirm it in the write-up after, but I actually think this scent might have some staying power. It's quite powerful. The scent doesn't bother me. I actually quite like the scent. It's got like a... It's medicinal, but it's got like this really nice herbaceousness running through it. Just adding a bit more water here because we can. There we go. Let's go cross grain here. So, it definitely has good enough performance to get you by. But, for me, almost everything in this series I've used thus far is better than this in regards to performance. Don't get me wrong, it's it's really not bad, but I notice I'm missing a little bit of slickness, just a tiny bit. Nothing that is a problem, but in comparison to the other stuff, for sure, for me. So recommend me some creams. What creams would you guys recommend? Well, in fact, what creams would you like to see on this series? Because there will be some. What episodes are you looking forward to? And what do you want to see me use next? Let's do a tiny bit of cleanup here. Under the neck. Yeah, I'm overall the performance is decent. It's not great. It's definitely good enough to get the job done, but there's no like additional slickness. For me, it's enough to get what you need to done. And that's about it. Which probably shouldn't expect more from products like this because they just don't need that extra bit of performance. But I don't see it hurting the product. You know? Yeah, that's the shave. Let's feel around. So in my experience, the post shave on creams has been pretty bad, but we'll have a look at this. Let me get this on the face, wash it off, and I'll see you guys for the post shave and the final thoughts on Speick. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, post shave time. So the immediate post shave on this is actually a bit better than I expected. I expected it to be super drying. It's not quite that bad, but it's not like, I would never consider not using a post shave product with this. We're gonna use Zingari Men's Recovery Splash, which she has released now, by the way. So if you wanna get one of those, you can. Okay. Good shave overall. Performance for me, the way I would define the performance of Speick is adequate. I think it does exactly what you need it to and nothing more. I think the performance of the rest of the stuff I've used so far has been considerably better than this in terms of the slickness in it. The slickness, residual slickness is adequate for me, which, you know, if you want something that's adequate, by all means, this is a good option, but I do think the others I've used are better in terms of the performance. The scent is okay. I do like the medicinal herbaceous scent. That doesn't offend me at all. The packaging is useful because of the tube format, but for me, the performance isn't quite as good as the rest of the stuff, and because of that, I personally wouldn't recommend it over any of the other stuff I've tried. So there is that. Apart from that, good company, decent ethos. They sound like a good company to work for as well, but if the performance lets it down, I wouldn't. I'm saying let it down. It's not letting it down. It does what it needs to. It gave me a shave. It gave me decent slickness. But if I'm comparing it to the Palmolive or the La Toja or even the Arco, into strict performance, it's just not as good, I'm afraid. Razor. Titanium Christopher Bradley with the SBB plate and a 16th use Wizamet. My brush is the Ever Ready, I think it might be the 500, I can't remember, but this has a really nice 3-band badger knot in it. Bought it from Heritage Collection myself. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what creams you guys recommend me. I've never, like I said, I've never been impressed by many creams. I've always found they lack something in terms of performance, quite honestly, but I guess that remains to be seen. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumb up. If you disliked it, give it a thumb down. Tell me why, I'm sure we can sort that out. I'm still running a giveaway, a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, so I would check that out. It's uploaded a few videos ago. I'm giving away a titanium not a titanium, a stainless steel Christopher Bradley, a leaf razor, which is a good alternative to a cartridge razor, and a That Darn Rob brush. So take a look at that, tell me what you think. Apart from that, my name is Jack, your host from the Virtual Groom Room. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day, and goodbye for now.